Coming up on the Charge News. After months of negotiation, UFF at UCF reaches a new agreement for faculty.
See how AI is impacting student jobs in restaurants around Central Florida.
Plus a new way for students to find their shuttles on campus.
In sports, we celebrate the wrap of Hispanic Heritage Month in athletics.
All right, Knights, ready your shields? The Charge on Air starts right now. Good afternoon and welcome to the Charge on Air. I'm Bryanna Howard.
And I'm Abigail Smith. Today is Friday, October 18th, 2024.
The United Faculty of Florida at UCF comes to a tentative agreement with UCF's Board of Trustees. According to the UFF site, the UFF represents 1,700 members on campus. The changes listed in the 113-page CBA includes a 3% raise for faculty based on their annual evaluation, as well as a bonus for faculty in December. This raise makes faculty salaries comparable to university campuses like Florida International University. UFF at UCF's president, Talat Rahman, credits on-campus card campaigns for the raises for faculty.
The provost had made the statement that there would be no raise until 2025. And so we were able to get a raise for 2024. So that's a victory.
Voting for all employees in the bargaining unit will take place across UCF's 3 campuses Thursday, October 31st.
This semester, some new transportation changes make their way to campus. Charge on Air reporter Gabrielle Giles gives us details on what's new.
Big changes are now underway for UCF's transportation. This semester, new improvements aim to enhance the shuttle option that students rely on. According to the UCF Department of Transportation, there were over 1.9 million shuttle boardings last year. The updated services include a new express shuttle that travels across campus, additional stops, and a new app to help track them. Azraya Valenzuela is a freshman who uses the shuttles this semester. She says the new system helps her save time and money.
Yeah, I pretty much use the shuttles right now to transport to campus because I didn't get a parking pass because I wanted to save. So I would say it's definitely really easy. You just have to figure out what route is like at your stops.
One of the newest additions here at UCF campus is an app that helps you track the location of the shuttles. Students are now able to use the real-time tracking to make sure they get on campus right on time.
The Translock app features 21 routes ranging from grocery and game day to off-campus shuttles. Students may have also noticed changes to their own bus routes. SG Safety and Transportation Coordinator Sophie Lisman said that this was intentional.
The reason for this is that could mean that this shuttle wasn't filling up and there was barely any people, and just to be more sustainable and really just have the best use of our shuttles, we decided to move around the routes a little bit.
The Department of Transportation at UCF says they hope these changes will encourage students to utilize the transportation options available on campus. In Orlando, Gabrielle Giles, The Charge on Air.
Students can check parking.ucf.edu for updated information about shuttles and visit them on Instagram at ucf.pts.
Across Central Florida, artificial intelligence is moving into the fast food service industry. The Charge on Air reporter Kayla Kissel has more on how AI could affect some job markets for students.
Hi, welcome to Wendy's. Feel free to order whenever you are ready.
It sounds like something from a sci-fi movie, but it's happening now. Across Central Florida and beyond, artificial intelligence voices are the new norm at fast food drive-thrus, ready to take your order.
Would you like to upgrade your drink to a slushie or a milkshake?
So if you've noticed fewer now hiring signs, but more kiosks and automation in the food industry, you're not imagining it. According to the Brookings Institution, automation is putting many of these jobs at risk. 36% of positions in the food service industry are vulnerable to AI. UCF sophomore Taylor Voigt said it took her more than 3 months to find a job in the service industry, and she feels for her friends fighting to find one too.
It makes me feel a little bit uneasy just because I have multiple friends who are looking for jobs right now, so it makes me a little bit upset for those people who are working hard to find something and deserve to have a job, where like AI might have already kind of taking over opportunities which could be given to other people.
As of 2023, restaurants like Wendy's and Checkers use AI drive-through services.
Welcome to Checkers.
So the next time you roll up to order, you might not be talking to a person at all.
What can I get for you?
May I please get a cheeseburger? Thank you.
Fast food has always been about speed, but today my order wasn't just fast, it was futuristic. There was no friendly voice on the other side of the speaker taking my order. It was all artificial intelligence. In fact, the only person I interacted with was me.
As AI becomes the new face of fast food, some students are left wondering, could that stepping stone job disappear? David Wingsted is an instructor at the Rosen School of Hospitality and Management, and he says that he believes that there will be less jobs in the food service industry.
A lot of those jobs are startings for our students as well. I'm afraid that those jobs are going to be lost to this AI, and the students aren't going to get that first industry knowledge, like that hands-on, that first experience.
AI is here to stay whether we like it or not. According to a 2023 Goldman Sachs report, 14% of all workers have lost their jobs to AI. However, AI could contribute to the creation of new jobs in other fields, but it continues to reshape the hospitality experience as we know it.
Great. Please pull up to the next window.
In Orlando, the Charge on Air, Kayla Kissel.
Instructors at the Rosen School of Hospitality and Management say students should focus on embracing the AI changes soon.
Hispanic Heritage Month might have ended, but that doesn't mean UCF has stopped celebrating. This week, UCF's HSI Initiative program hosts a Latinx Lunch and Learn for students. The event provided students with food, drinks, and advice on how to succeed in their professional fields. Andres Duque, a recent UCF alumnus who specializes in processing engineering, was featured in the program's professional speaker series. He spoke about making connections, internships, opportunities, and campus networking. The HSI initiative looks to host another speaker in the future.
Florida is no stranger to hurricanes and the flooding that comes with them. One UCF researcher is using cutting-edge technology to help coastal communities prepare for future storms. This week, I took a deeper look into how machine learning is changing the game for flood prediction and prevention. As back-to-back hurricanes like Helene and Milton hit Florida, flood risks are becoming an increasing concern. At UCF, researchers are working to provide a solution by using machine learning to predict future storm surges and help communities prepare for potential disasters. At the Coastal Risk and Engineering Lab, researchers are looking at how flooding is becoming more complex. Graduate students like Ariadna Martin are investigating the multiple sources of flooding that affect Florida and other coastal communities.
So basically what we're studying here is the events of the effect of the storm surge, so the water that comes from the sea, and then rain.
With hurricanes like Helene and Milton hitting back-to-back, coastal communities are facing increasing risks of storm surge and heavy rainfall. But by using machine learning, UCF researchers are able to develop a model to help better track those future storms. Here's one of the studies that Ariadna showed me that she used to study the temporal clustering of storm surges. Ariadna completed this research under the supervision of Thomas Wall. Wall is an associate professor at UCF, and he explains how rising sea levels make even smaller storms dangerous.
With higher sea level, it just means that we don't need the same big storms anymore. Just smaller storms are already enough to cause dangerous water levels.
By collaborating with NASA and the Department of Defense, Wall's models are being used not only in Florida, but globally, helping coastal communities implement flood protection strategies, from water pumps to restoring natural barriers. In Orlando, I'm Bryanna Howard, The Charge on Air. As hurricanes become more frequent this time of year, WA's research may be key to helping coastal communities survive and adapt. For more information on his research, visit ucf.edu. So Abby, I'm feeling a little like Cosmo and Wanda here. What you think?
I'm kind of digging the look, I'm not gonna lie.
I'm kind of wishing that we had a fairy godparent because it's starting to get hot again and I don't like it.
Let's check in with our weather anchor, Sarah Castillo, to see what this weekend's looking like ahead.
All right, ladies, I'm so sorry to disappoint, but might not be a fairy godparent, but I don't come bearing bad news. NOAA just released our winter forecast. It's the outlook from December 2024 until next year in February 2025. It seems like we're going to be getting some warmer and drier south winter conditions and a wetter north winter conditions. This is due to a slowly developing La Nina, which is favored to influence conditions for this winter across the entire nation. But before I give it all away, I'm going to keep some because we are going to be talking to our Emory-Riddle partners that are going to go more into depth into this. Back to you guys, ladies.
Coming up, see how Orlando is working to advance into a smart city with help from students.
Plus, how UCF's cybersecurity program is growing in popularity.
I was a quarterback at Hardaway High School. College first-round draft pick, on and off the field. We were taught to not show any signs of weakness. During the football season, I would stop eating. But I didn't know I was depressed. I thought that something was wrong with me. For 20 plus years was physical. We didn't have any education behind what mental health was. I started to learn it starts here first. If this is together, I'll be better as a father, as a man, and as a husband. Put the importance on your mental health. I'm not scared to talk about it anymore. The first tool is therapy. The second one is positive self-talk. And then journaling, putting your thoughts on paper. We have to redefine what being a strong man is and heal, love your mind.
I don't remember how it started. Our back and forth. Victory. Fumble. Repeat. It always came back.
Dad! Okay, here we go, throw it! Yeah.
You probably don't remember what you told me,
That was perfect.
but I heard every word.
Nice.
UCF students have been working to help advance Orlando into a smart city. This week, I took a deeper look into what this means. UCF has been working on smart city concepts for years and is now partnering to help turn those concepts into digital infrastructure to help the quality of life in Orlando. Students at UCF have created models to perform research on how they can help remove the negatives of daily life in our community. UCF Associate Professor in Civil Engineering Sharia Agrawal explains that this is the first smart city program that focuses on technology.
Smart city essentially is a collection of different smart projects, right? So we can have smart transportation, and within the smart transportation, we can have, for example, focusing on safety. We could have focusing on the efficiency of the roadway systems. If you look at the water distribution networks, or if you look at power distribution networks, so these are different components of the city.
Agrawal's latest research uses a device that provides a moving picture of what street traffic might look like in a smart city. This involves traffic moving at an ongoing speed rather than the usual stop and go. Right here in the engineering building is where these smart city projects are coming to life. Most of the students in the program are already professionals, just looking to regain some skills. Today, I spoke with Mohammed Shabazz, and he is working on a road safety project.
And we use sensors like LiDAR and cameras. And as you can see, so this is one of the softwares that we are developing. It's called NiGuard.
Technology is the connective piece in the puzzle in creating a smart city. And through this program, the goal is to use the technology that UCF has to play a part in improving the efficiency in our area. In Orlando, Abigail Smith, The Charge on Air. More information on how UCF is working towards making Orlando into a smart city, visit ucf.edu/smartcities.
A Central Florida organization is stepping up and offering free essential wellness items to students on campus. Students for Justice for Palestine hosted their first UCF free market for students on Memory Mall. Items such as Narcan, fentanyl testing kits, pregnancy tests, and other everyday wellness items were up for grabs. They did this while trying to raise awareness for the current situation happening across the Middle East. Member of SJP and senior political science major Ren Ruz says why they feel the responsibility of giving back and making these items easily accessible is important.
Yeah, this is the first one we're doing at UCF. We want to keep doing it, but we're just doing this because we want to give back to the community. You know, the government has trillions of dollars, but they don't have money for us. So, you know, we're just giving back in any small way that we can.
Rez emphasizes that no one should feel awkward to ask for these items as it could help save a life. SJP's next event will be a fundraiser where 100% of the proceeds will go towards Gaza. For more information, head to its Instagram at SJP_CFL.
Here at UCF, cybersecurity has been growing rapidly. But why? Charge on Air reporter Jeremy Bellande tells us how this is happening.
According to UCF's website, the amount of cybersecurity majors here on campus has nearly tripled in 10 years. One of the reasons behind this growth is the demand for cybersecurity jobs around the country. On cyberseek.org, there are over 457,000 job openings related to the field. We had the chance to sit down with UCF professor Cliff Zoe. He explained to us how even big government agencies are recruiting students out of college.
Basically, government funding us to recruit students to be on a scholarship. Then once students graduate, they will work for the government agencies for 1 year or 2 years, in the same amount of year of their scholarship.
Another potential reason for the enrollment going up is due to the school's prestigious record in cybersecurity competitions. The C3 team has won the National Collegiate Cyber Defense Competition 6 times and has won a total of 12 national championships since 2014.
A lot of those that competed in the National Cyber Defense Challenge are part of Hack at UCF. To show how much cybersecurity is growing here on campus, back in 2020, Hack at UCF had just around 200 members, but 4 years later, they have just over 400.
We talked to the president of Hack at UCF, Kevin Kittershaw. He even recognized the amount of growth cybersecurity has seen here on campus.
I have seen, and especially from a lot of our club members, they have moved from other types of engineering or just different biology even to CS or IT. I see, yes, they move a lot, and from my lens, in the cybersecurity realm.
Kittershaw also explained that another reason people may get into the field is due to the variety of avenues that are available within it. In Orlando, Jeremy Bellande, The Charge on Air.
As the industry continues to grow, there will be more students and more jobs.
Coming up after the break, we'll take a look at the national forecast with our partners at Embry-Riddle Aeronautical University.
After that, we'll check in with our weather anchor, Sarah Castillo, for more of our local forecast.
I debate all day. It's what I do. But there are some things that are undebatable, like your mental health. my own mental health. I was in a dark place when my brother passed away in a car accident. I've never been more devastated than the day I lost my mom. I was depressed, miserable, in ways I never imagined. I reached out, and my sisters came, my pastor, my therapist. They helped me get through it. I found that the more I spoke up, the healthier my mind became. The chaos that was in me began to subside. I was more focused, clear. When you love your mind, you can go so much further. That's not up for debate. Find mental health resources at loveyourmindtoday.org.
Substance use disorder and addiction is so isolating. And so, as a Black woman in recovery, hope must be loud. The moment I chose hope was when I couldn't look myself in the mirror anymore. I did not recognize myself. Absolutely. So I'm so proud because I did not think I was gonna make it. And now, you know, I get to call my mom and say I love her. I get to teach my son how to say, Mama, I love you. Yeah. So for me, hope in this moment, it is the thread that lets you know that no matter what happens, you will be okay. Judy.
Now let's check in with Max Schuster from Embry-Riddle Aeronautical University for our national forecast.
With the colder weather that we've been seeing in Florida recently, you might be wondering, what are we expecting this winter across the state of Florida? Well, beginning with our typical La Nina pattern that typically promotes warmer than normal temperatures across the southeast United States, which means that Florida will more than likely deal with above average temperatures. Now, on the other side of things, our rainfall is expected to be less than normal. We are expecting below average rainfall across areas like Florida and up and down the Gulf Coast, which means that rain will become less prevalent as we go into the winter months. Now, our friends at the Climate Prediction Center also agree with this forecast where above average temperatures are likely across the entire southern plains and all the way back through the southeast, including Florida. And then our rainfall is not expected to be very prevalent here in Florida, with many areas going to experience below average rainfall. So be prepared. This winter will be on the warmer side of things compared to last year, and rainfall will also be less than usual.
Thank you, Max.
Now let's check in with our weather anchor, Sarah Castillo, for a look at our local forecast. Alrighty guys, thank you so much. How are we doing? Now I know we've had a nice taste of the fall weather this week, but before we get ahead of ourselves and whip out any winter coats, let's get into this weather. So as we're looking here across the coast in Central Florida, it seems like we have some pretty consistent numbers. The lowest that we're going to see as for right now is going to be 75 in Gainesville. As for the highest, it's going to be over here in the lower region in Winter Haven, Tampa, and Melbourne, heading into like 78. We're going to be here in the middle in Palm Coast with 76, Leesburg and downtown Orlando in 77. So speaking of downtown Orlando, if you guys are going to be heading out tonight, we're going to be looking at some nice weather, low 70s, high 60s. So if you get cold easily, just like I do, you might want to wear a long sleeve. But other than that, you should be good. Looking to our 5-day forecast, we're going to be looking into Saturday. Saturday is going to be Orlando Pride Parade at Lake Eola. So if you're going to be one of the 200,000 people attending this parade, you guys should be well off. You're going to have some cloudy skies, but a very low chance of rain. So you guys should have a great parade. Looking into Sunday, we have a 10% chance of rain. Same with Monday. As for weather, it's going to be pretty consistent. Like I said,
For the lows, it's gonna be low 60s, so like 67, 69, 68. As for highs, we're gonna be looking into the mid 80s on the lower end, which is actually pretty nice for us in Florida. This is like a nice weather for us. Humidity is gonna be low. It's actually gonna be a cool breeze with a little bit of the wind gusts that we're gonna have. But besides that, it seems like we're in for a nice treat for the next couple of days. That's all the time that I have for you guys. I'm gonna toss it back to the ladies at the desk. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Sarah. Next up, how one of the biggest sports broadcast companies lands in hot water.
Plus, as Hispanic Heritage Month comes to a close, we celebrate Hispanic athletes across campus.
Bring it. Time out, guys. I'm late to dinner. My mom's gonna kill me. Catch you guys later.
Mom wants us home. Okay. Bye, guys. You guys need a ride?
Sure. Yeah. All right. How about some one-on-one? I gotta go eat, man. Sorry. I'll see you later.
For decades, I've taught you everything I know. How to safely build a fire. How to control the flames. What to do with hot coals. How to secure your chains.
There's no sparks.
But I can only teach wildfire prevention. Only you can prevent wildfires.
How crazy it is at UCF right now.
Timeout, ref, timeout. Sorry, y'all. I have to give UCF its weekly sports update. How's it going, Knights? I'm Jeremy Bellande. Before we dive into college sports, let's talk about the SEC giving ESPN a hefty fine. Yesterday, the Federal Communications Commission fined ESPN nearly $150,000 for an emergency alert tone in the NBA promo. According to the press release, ESPN violated the rules 6 times during the commercial. The SEC states that it is a public safety hazard that confuses and desensitizes viewers from actual emergency alerts. For softball, as Hispanic Heritage Month comes to an end, we shine a light on athletes like UCF pitcher Yesenia Lopez. Incredible mark on the world to sports. These athletes have showcased their talents and also enriched the culture of sports. UCF softball pitcher Yesenia Lopez came into college ranked number 35 in the country. She talks about being on a fully Hispanic team in high school and how it shaped her as a player.
Hispanic Heritage Month is a time to honor those in the Hispanic culture who have left an undeniable mark on the world of sports. These athletes have showcased their talents and also enriched the culture of sports. UCF softball pitcher Yesenia Lopez came into college ranked number 35 in the country. She talks about being on a fully Hispanic team in high school and how it shaped her as a player.
And I loved my high school days. I loved
everything about it, and especially us all being Hispanic, something about it just, we were very proud and very confident of what we had in that team, and it kind of shaped me a little bit into who I am now, and I kind of get to bring it to college with me.
From competing on the recreational level to the collegiate level, athletes are everywhere. In the NCAA, only 6% of athletes are Hispanic. Even with such a small number, they continue to strive and represent their communities. Freshman math major Ed Ranieri currently plays in a UCF intramural basketball league. Ed reflected on when he would watch soccer games with his family as a child, and he remembers it as a time of bonding and gathering, that in the culture was a way for sports to bring them together.
Me and my grandpa would always watch sports, preferably soccer, and I feel like a great way that it's connecting to my culture is that we would family gatherings. We would bring our cousins involved, and we would just watch sports. We would talk about sports. A great deal to talk about and everything.
Not only does this month reflect the accomplishments of Hispanic athletes, but it acknowledges the role sports have played in bringing them together. In Orlando, Danielle Strong, The Charge, on air.
Going back to Lopez, she will be playing in her first home opener tonight at 5 in the softball complex. That's all the time I have. I got to toss it back to the people at the desk.
Thanks, Jeremy.
That's all the time that we have for now. Remember, you can always keep up with us during the week on our website at thechargenews.com.
Thanks for watching and have a great day.